my wife will send me a tweet. My wife is a Twitter fiend, and she's always on Twitter.
There's a D on the end of that.
And
word. Fiend.
A fiend is, I thought a fiend is like, I thought a fiend was like an enemy, but a fiend is someone who's really into something.
Like addicted to something? You lose the D?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
I want to learn though.
All right, we'll find out. But what did she send you?
Well, what she'll do is she will send me a tweet.
You're so old that.
No, she sent me a Twitter thread from a writer who was talking about the creator of The Sopranos.
Okay.
I don't remember his name. And anyway, he was like, I once went to a seminar or something with this guy, and basically he was super bitter about the fact that he had never made it in film. But anyway, she sent that to me, and she knew exactly why she was sending it to me, because I'm constantly, I guess more so than I even realized, complaining to her about how hard it is for us to get to do some of the other things that I think that we should be doing. Now, I'll premise this with saying that I'm old enough and wise enough at this point to know that regardless of whatever level of success on any particular project lies in the future, it will make me no happier. It's not believing that, oh, I will finally be satisfied, I will finally be happy. I know that my base level of happiness, because this is just science, will always return to basically what it is. And I know that the process of making something, writing something, is probably maybe the best part of the whole thing, even if it never gets made, right? These things, I know those facts. It does not stop me from feeling having this insatiable hunger to achieve something else. But the thing that I've been thinking about lately, as it relates to my age, is like, at this point, regardless of what we accomplish next, it is very unlikely that whatever we do, even if it's okay, I mean, a movie is a movie, and movies don't mean as much as they used to, right? I understand that. But let's just say it was a movie that like everybody was talking about for a couple of weeks, which is like the best that you can hope for. Or as a television show that everybody's talking about for a few years because it gets a few seasons or whatever. These are like best case scenarios. The cultural impact of those projects will probably never be able to surpass the cultural impact of Good Mythical Morning, simply because we've done it for so long. It's 10 years, it's 2,000 plus episodes, it's millions and millions, billions of views on this thing, right? That at the end of the day,
and that represents lives touched.
Yeah, and here's the thing, I am super proud of what that show has accomplished and what we've been able to do through the show, and I am passionate about the fact that it impacts people, but at the same time, it for reasons we talked about before on the show, it's me and you just kind of hanging out and having fun. It's not us creating something, and so the artist in me and the creator in me still wants to have that thing that I can point people to. And
and we've created an environment here with the Mythical team where it's just as much a creative expression of our team in their specific roles as it is of us expressing our friendship and our points of view whenever we do whatever they've set up for us.
And it doesn't feel the same.
But it's not a creative challenge day to day.
And it's
like
not a
it was
creative collaboration between the two of us in the way that some of the stuff that we're working on now is. Like, if, for instance, the movie that we are writing and hoping to one day make, it's so representative of us and what we want to do.
Yeah, you're talking about the S&M movie.
Yeah, well, that is one way to describe it, but it's misleading because it's not about sadomasochism.
Yeah, but that's what we're gonna call it, because I want, when it is successful and when it is the reason your gravestone face changes, Rhett, I want people to know that's what specifically we were talking about, our S&M movie.
Yeah.
That's all right. So now we have a code name.
The S&M movie.
Which, by the way, just to give a timeline, we birthed that concept not less than a year ago. Like it might have been
early 2021.
Yeah, early 2020.
No, 2020. Late 2020. Because I remember
it's
this
almost
pie in the
almost
sky.
A year ago now.
I had this pie in the sky idea that it would be written like over Christmas break. And it's since then, and literally the writing process starts today.
Yeah, which is why it's so much on the forefront of our minds.
Because it's been lots of outlining and all that.
But when you think about legacy, at this age, you really start to think about legacy, and there's other ways that you think about it besides this, but we might as well fully explore just the creative, professional aspect of our legacy, because that is what you start to think about at this age.
Well, to me, that's part of it, but I think the where the age gets in there is a fear that my best work is behind me. Like, so it's kind of a two-part thing that like, okay, are you even capable of this? Like, okay, sure, this movie there's going to be a script, and that may be all that it ever is. We may get lucky enough for it to be made, for somebody to give us money to make it. And then it's like, well, will people care about it? And like I said, I know that the happiness is not, even if people love it, it's not gonna make me any happier. It might make me happy for a day, but I'll immediately begin thinking about the next thing. That's just human nature. So it's not about that, but it's about kind of proving to myself that I can do this. There's this creative challenge that I can't say no to, moving through it and being like, hey, there it is, I did that, what's the next thing? That's just kind of how I live my life. But as I'm now 44, there's this, man, like, in reality, we kind of got started at this whole creative game kind of late, right? Like, when most YouTubers were getting started at 20, we were getting started at 30. So we got a little bit of we got like a 10-year, we were delayed 10 years just because of the nature of life. We got into the YouTube game very early, but and we've been doing it for a very long time. But boy, there's this part of me that's like, oh man, I wish I could press a button and be 34, because then I would have this confidence that, like, how many artists have really created amazing things in their 40s and beyond, right? Like these are the things that I start thinking. I'm just being vulnerable and honest about my fears. It's just like, man, if you haven't done it yet, you probably can't do it. You're probably not capable of it. And so then it's like, and listen, these are very privileged problems. I understand that many people in the entertainment business would give a limb to have the success that we have had with Good Mythical Morning alone. I get that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not grateful for the success we have had.
Yeah.
But there is this just like, man, is that gonna be it? Is that gonna be the thing that everyone remembers us for? And is that gonna be sort of the last thing that we got to do that was special?